Hello, I'm Kumar Ashutosh. I am a group product manager on Dynamics 365 team. Today I'm going to talk about unified routing. Unified routing is omnichannel work distribution service that allows you to connect your customers coming on all channels to the agents who are best suited and best skilled to complete their service requests. In the next 45 minutes or so, I'm going to give you an overview and introduction of the unified routing capabilities. Before we get into what unified routing is, let us look at why a good routing and work distribution solution is critical for a modern contact center. There are three key stakeholders in a contact center. First, the customer, who is looking for a quick resolution of the service request. The customers have different channel preferences. Some want to engage on emails, others want to chat on the social media platforms where they are already active. Sometimes they need to log in into a portal before they can start a chat. Others can just pick up a phone and make a call. But at the end of the day, all of them want to get service delivered with minimal fuss, minimum effort, least wait time, and follow-ups on their side. On the other side, there is an agent workforce. The agents have their service goals, and they need to deliver satisfactory experience to the customers. They also want to have a fulfilling and engaged experience. Finally, there is a manager or a supervisor who is looking to improve the business processes while maintaining high customer and agent satisfaction. The success of a modern contact center is represented by some key KPIs like first contact resolution, CSAT score, service levels, etc. And we realized that connecting the customer to the right agent at the right time is really at the center of all these KPI improvements. It is absolutely pivotal that the customer gets connected to an agent who is available, fully engaged, and skilled enough to solve the customer's issue. Traditionally, customer service organizations have relied on queue-based routing where the incoming work is routed to one of the queues. Agents either pick up the work manually from the queue or are assigned work by a duty manager. This model requires constant manual supervision. Any error or delay on the part of the manager or the dispatcher leads to customer dissatisfaction. In this model, organizations need to create more and more queues whenever the scale increases, like new businesses are added, portfolio gets diversified, new product lines come up, new contact centers are added, new channels are introduced. This can lead to operational inefficiencies, and we think there is an opportunity to improve on this experience. This is where unified routing comes into the picture. Unified routing in Dynamics 365 is an omnichannel and intelligent work distribution service that can connect the customer to the best suited agent. It eliminates the need for constant queue supervision and manual work distribution. Agents can resolve issues faster when their strongest skills are being leveraged. This ensures customer issues are handled as quickly as possible by the best available agent, resulting in increased customer satisfaction and thereby customer retention. Unified routing builds on the existing paradigms in the contact centers so that you can gradually usher this routing transformation without having to completely change your organizational structure. It builds on the existing concepts and augments them with intelligence. Unified routing can be visualized as composed of two primary stages: intelligent classification and automated assignment. And we'll delve into this in later slides. See, customers can start the interaction on any channel ranging from emails to voice and videos, chats. And the work is then classified using rules and intelligence to make routing more and more precise. And then the assignment takes over, where it tries to prioritize the work and find the best agent based on their skills, availability, presence capacity, calendar, and so on. And all of this is powered by the data and intelligence of the platform, which is used by the manager to make the routing processes more and more effective. Let us have a closer look at the unified routing processes and value proposition. It's the same previous slide, but with a different perspective. As you have seen, unified routing constitutes of different stages. Each of these stages are designed to deliver a certain value to the organization. Let us start with the customer who is looking for an omnichannel engagement. Here, the incoming work can come on any of the channels, which helps the organization achieve higher employee engagement with omnichannel work distribution. Then the work goes through a multi-stage classification, which helps improve the routing precision. The classified work is sent to a prioritization engine where you can deliver more and more personalized service based on the prioritization of the work. Subsequently, the assignment aspect of the unified routing tries to find the best agent using skills, capacity, or any other attribute matching, thereby driving higher CSAT by connecting customers to the best agent. All of this is powered by data and intelligence, as we saw earlier. You can use Intelligent Skill Finder to go ahead and boost the contact center performance with intelligent skill based routing. You can go and use the effort estimation to go ahead and have more employee satisfaction and giving them work which they have got schedule and time to go ahead and complete. You can also do a sentiment detection and use that information to retain customer loyalty by assigning that work to more tenured, more experienced, more skilled agents. In the coming slides, we'll dive deep into the details of the different value propositions of unified routing, particularly these 8 topics. Unified routing consists of multiple services that deal with the workforce presence, availability, schedule, skills, and much more. It is truly omnichannel in nature. All these services are completely channel agnostic, and this allows the routing engine to power all the channels in the digital contact center. The same routing engine distributes the cases and the tasks as well as live chats and digital messages and phone calls. Unified routing is aware of all the aspects of the agent workload, their skills and their schedule across the conversational channels and traditional case management, and then can take the best decision for work assignment. This is critical for the modern workforce that is getting more and more blended and is multitasking, both in terms of channels and the workload. Note that unified routing is extensible by design. You can go ahead and use it for distributing your own custom records and tasks as well. You can also use the unified routing engine for custom messaging channels that are integrated by the standard omnichannel interfaces. After the work intake, the first thing that happens is the work classification. The idea is to improve the routing precision. The customer of today, as you know, interacts on multiple channels and platforms. The service requests may originate from a social media post or a direct message or an email or a phone call. See, to ensure that the work is assigned to the most appropriate agent, work items must include the right details, and that's what classification does. Organization can use unified routing to streamline the classification, such as identifying the incident category, calculating its severity and priority, identifying the best support center from the customer location. At the end of the day, it is taking the customer's journey, conversation context, bot responses, IVR interactions, customer messages, and then applying rules over them or AI over them to enrich the work item with details. It is not only logical rules, but also AI models that can be used for classification. The intelligence aspects will have a deep dive later in this presentation. But the idea is that you can use logical rules and ML models together. See, AI and ML will allow you to condense infinite number of logical combinations behind the ML models and use the historical data to classify the incoming work items better. Finally, as you can see, the rules are cascaded in multiple stages for ease of management and also to allow outputs of one stage to be used as the input of another stage. See, for example, you can use AI to detect sentiment and then use that sentiment output to decide the priority of the work. In the example here in this picture, you can see logical rules are being used to identify support centers, case category, and priority one after another, while a machine learning model is being used to identify skills. The next feature is work prioritization. It allows you to attain higher service levels. Organizations have different definitions of priority. It is much more than the traditional P1, P2, P3 or first in, first out priority. Priority now is a combination of factors like what the customer is entitled to, what their journey has been, what products they have subscribed to, or what channel they have reached out on. Unified routing allows you to prioritize the unassigned items in the queue so that the important ones are assigned first whenever an agent becomes available. For example, an organization may want the customers who have bought the premium membership to be prioritized before others. You can author prioritization rule set to express how the work items will be prioritized. And every prioritization rule represents a priority bucket in the queue and how they are sorted. For example, in this picture, there are 5 prioritization rules in a prioritization rule set. The first or the top rule is the high priority and premium. It will find out all the work items in a queue where the associated priority is high and the customer category is premium. It will go ahead and create a top priority bucket with those work items and then sort them in the first in first out manner as specified by the order by attribute. The first work item to be assigned from the queue will be the oldest item in this bucket. Similarly, the third rule takes all the other cases and then prioritizes them in the order of the first response time expected. See, the prioritization rules are also aware of the changes in the work item. For example, if the supervisor bumps up the priority of the case or escalates something, then the prioritization rules will consider them in the next cycle. Here is a small enactment of prioritization rules. Let us say there are two categories of customers, premium and normal, and there are two priorities of cases, normal priority and high priority, P1 and P2, P1 being the higher priority. The org wants all the cases from premium customers, irrespective of their priority, to be acted upon first in the order. And then only the normal priority cases should be acted upon in the order of their priority. For demonstration, let us assume there are no agents available to work on these cases or conversations, as it can happen if the shift is yet to start or all agents are busy or no skilled agents are available. See, at the beginning, let's say a P2 work from a normal customer arrives and is queued up. Few minutes later, a P1 case from a normal customer comes up. Earlier, it would have been queued up after the previous case, but as it is higher in priority, it will be moved ahead of the queue. Later, a P2 case from a premium customer arrives. Although it is P2, it is from a premium customer, so it will be moved ahead of all the cases from the normal customers. Finally, a P1 case from a premium customer arrives. Although it came in last, it will be moved up to the top of the queue. Thus, you can see when an agent is available, the queue is already prioritized so that the premium customers are in front of the queue in order of their priority, and next bucket is of normal customers in their priority. After we have prioritized the work items, it is now the time to assign them. The automatic assignment is one of the most powerful capabilities of Unified Routing. This automatic assignment or automatic call distribution is an omnichannel aspect where a work item coming from all the channels can be distributed without the requirement of the constant queue supervision or dispatcher persona who needs to go ahead and look at the work and then find the right agent manually. The service can decide who is the best agent available to take up the incoming work. At the end of the day, unified routing evaluates the static characteristic of the workforce, such as their skills, their working hours, their tenure in the organization, as well as the dynamic characteristics like real-time presence and capacity. What it will do is, it will try to match the aspects of incoming work, for example, answers to the pre-chat questions, virtual agent interaction, customer journey context, or required skills to the attributes of agents. Their skills, their proficiency, their location, their presence, their capacity. One of the most common customer pain point is having to wait for a very long time in the queue and then reach an agent and only to find out that the agent is unable to solve their issue. Hence, this skill and proficiency matching and ability to match the presence and capacity and availability and workload of the agent is absolutely critical for certain KPIs like first call resolution, customer satisfaction, and even agent satisfaction. See, you have already seen how the omnichannel work from customer is augmented with context from IVR, bots, and their journey. and then it is classified using ML models and logical rules. Now let us look at what happens during the assignment. See, the best agent requirement can be expressed in terms of rules. At the end of the day, unified routing is a set of rules and ML models, right? So assignment rules are also rules. And those rules are evaluated to find the best matching agent or agents. So whenever those rules are run, there can be three possible results. Only one agent matches. In that case, the work will be assigned to that agent. It may also happen that more than one agent are matching the criteria, like more than one skilled agents are available who can take the same work. In this case, unified routing allows you to rank the agents. You can rank them in the order of their proficiency, their number of skills matched, their experience levels, or you can even do a simple plain round robin assignment as well. Whoever is the top ranked agent will get the work in this case. There is also a possibility that no agents match the requirements. In this case, unified routing provides you an opportunity to go ahead and relax the constraint. We call this gradual relaxation of constraints, and we'll see that in next slides. Effectively, the next matching expression will be evaluated and the process will be followed all over till you go ahead and find the right agent. There is also a possibility that the agent that is assigned the work is not available to take the work, misses out on the notifications, or rejects the work. The system learns of this and tries to reassign the work on its own after the rejection or timeout. See, this automatic assignment is also supplemented by supervisor intervention. If supervisor wants to interfere and assign some important work item to an agent which the system has tried and not found the right agent, the supervisor can always do that. Unified routing will learn about that manual intervention, and let us look at the key nuances of automatic assignment. The first one is the customer context matching. All the data that the system has learned, like IVR responses, customer sentiment, effort needed, customer's preferred language, everything can be used as a criteria to find the best agent. The next key capability is skill matching and proficiency reading. See, during the classification, we have learned that the skill needed to complete the work can be identified using rules or ML models. During the assignment phase, you can go ahead and perform exact skill match, as you can see here in the diagram, on the agents. Otherwise, you can go ahead and also find agent with the maximum number of skills needed to complete the work. That option is also available. You can go ahead and rank the agents by their proficiency score in an ascending or a descending manner. You can go ahead and categorize skills and perform specific skill matches on skill types like language or certifications. Skills-based routing is a key aspect of unified routing, but automatic assignment is much more than just matching skills, as you will see later. The other key aspect, other key nuance of automatic assignment is its ability to match the real-time availability. See, it can go ahead and use the agent's presence, agent's calendar, and agent's current workload to make the assignment decision. See, this availability is a cross-channel and unified availability. It allows you to balance the agent workload and ensure that the phone calls or live chats are being assigned to agents who are actually available to work on them. It allows you to go ahead and ensure that agents have enough amount of work where they can go ahead and focus. While their utilization is high, their workload is also balanced and their engagement is the best. The usage of calendars for assignment allows you to go ahead and ensure that the people's shifts, their breaks, their vacations are taken into consideration before making any assignment of work to them. The next key aspect is the custom matching. Unified routing is designed for enterprises. Often customers have customized their case definitions or created custom records or their own tasks. They definitely have their custom IVR responses, their flows and bot dialogues. They also have custom attributes on agents like their tenure, their department, which is specific to their organization. See, unified routing is a metadata driven engine, and it will allow you to go ahead and author matching and ordering rules even on your custom attributes that you have created in the system. See, this is not a monolithic pre-configured and opaque system, but in fact, it's a truly flexible solution which you can use as per your business needs. Continuing on the nuances, automatic assignment is at the core achieved using rules. But to get you quickly started, we do provide two default assignment methods which wrap standardized assignment logic popular in the organizations and can be enabled by a single click. The first one is the highest capacity method, where we do a skill and availability matching of agent and then assign the work to the agent with the maximum available capacity. The second one is round robin, where we again look for the agents with matching skill set and who is available to take work and then assign the work to them in a round robin fashion. Of course, you can go ahead and create your custom rules with your own matching and ordering logic, which brings us to an important aspect, that is the agent ordering or ranking. See, in case there are multiple agents with required skills or matching criteria, the system needs to decide which agent to assign the work to. Agent ranking or agent ordering helps us find the top agent amongst the matching ones. Highest capacity and round robin are nothing but the two ordering criteria behind the scenes. But you can go ahead and author your custom ordering criteria as well. For example, you can go ahead and order agents by their proficiency, their seniority. Finally, one of the challenges with such a elaborate rule engine is that there are so many attributes to go ahead and match. And how do you go ahead and provide an easier way to match all these permutations and combinations? For this, we have got something called dynamic matching. See, dynamic matching allows you a metadata level matching. Using this power, you can directly match one of the attributes of the agent to the attribute of the work. For example, an attribute of country on an agent can be directly matched to the attribute of country on the customer. This allows you to wrap up all the possibilities of countries on the agent side and comparing USA to USA and India to India and England to England and all those possible combinations into this single one-line expression. The last nuance is the gradual relaxation of constraints, which we'll be looking at the next slide. Now let's look why customers want the gradual relaxation of constraints. Most of the times customers want the agent who is the best agent, who matches exact criteria, all skills, location, presence, capacity, shift, and so on. But due to obvious reasons, it is not always possible to find the agent who matches all of these. In some cases, it is prudent to relax one of these criteria and find the next best agent and move on. For example, let us see this organization. Here, the organization has a desire that work should be assigned to an agent who is available, speaks the same language as the customer, as is preferably in the same region. But in case no one is available in the region, only then they want to assign the work to someone who at least speaks the same language and is available, thereby relaxing the region constraint. Here, there are four agents. Alice speaks French and Spanish and is in North America. Virginie speaks French and is in Europe. David speaks Spanish and English as is in Asia. And Carlos speaks Spanish and is in South America. This just represents the global distribution of workforce and skill set. In the morning, Mary, who speaks French and is from North America, calls. Because she speaks French, she would be assigned to someone who speaks French. Because Alice is available, is in North America, so Mary is easily connected to Alice. Now Alice, the North America agent, is actually unavailable, blocked on a different call. Let's see what happens if Juan, who is also a North America customer but speaks Spanish, comes. In this case, technically the best agent would have been Alice, who is in North America, but she is busy. So what happens? The system relaxes the region constraint and goes to the next best available agent who speaks the same language. And in this case, it is Carlos. This is what we call the gradual relaxation of constraint. And you can write your assignment rules in a manner that they allow you to relax certain criteria one after another. In last few minutes, We saw how unified routing process is designed to deliver value at each stage. We learned about omnichannel routing, multi-stage classification, work prioritization, and automated assignment across a diverse workforce. Now let us look at how unified routing is powered by data and intelligence. We'll start with the operational analytics and diagnostics capabilities in unified routing, and then we'll look at three out-of-box ML models available that can help you boost your contact center performance and heighten the employee and customer satisfaction. Let's start this with the unified routing analytics. Supervisors and administrators have to manage a workforce that is multi-skilled, geographically distributed, omnichannel enabled. They now need to have a unified view of both on-site and off-site employees. This not only adds to the complexity of supervision, but it also reinforces the importance of having accurate reporting and analytics capabilities. We have seen supervisors struggling daily to analyze, identify, and mitigate the misroutes that are caused due to their own routing strategies. They are asking questions like, why is this work item in my queue? One of the queues is unreasonably overloaded, while another queue is nearly empty. What is happening? Agents in my queue are complaining about work items showing up that belong in another queue. What is wrong with routing? So, to address these kind of questions, your staff can use analytics. This will help them optimize their routing strategy and improve the workforce efficiency. Historical routing reports, as you can see, they complement the existing customer service insights, agent performance insights, queue performance insights, and conversational intelligence reports that are available as a part of our analytics portfolio. And these are at disposal of supervisors to improve their workforce efficiency. These reports will allow you to see how a particular queue is performing in terms of loads and transfers, and it will also help you identify the inefficiency in your routing solution. The unified routing analytics is complemented by the unified routing diagnostics. So whenever there is a problem with this routing setup, you can get the macro view from the historical analytical reports. But if you want to drill down into what exactly happened, you can use this diagnostics dashboard, which is a unified dashboard of all the things that has been routed by unified routing. It's single place. You can go and use this to get insight into what might be wrong. You can see why certain work items are taking longer to assign. You can also see why an item went into a particular queue. You can take your observations from the analytics report and also look at the ongoing conversation and diagnose these anomalies. The diagnostic records allow you to quickly identify the erroneous stages. It also allows you to identify misconfigurations that result in no matches. For example, here it is clearly showing you that these are the stages in the routing process which suffered an error, while here it is showing you that the system is not set up according to the right expectation. It's not going to give you the right results. Finally, this will provide you the diagnostic assignment traces as well. It will The diagnostic assignment traces allow you to diagnose delays in assignments and track why a particular conversation or case took longer time than others. Was it due to a gap in workforce skills, or was it due to some system error, or did an agent reject the work assignment? As you can see, this gives you what were the assignment criteria used for the assignment, what is the current status, how many times the assignment was attempted, who was the last agent who was actually assigned the work, and what he did with the work, right? Overall, diagnostics gives you a microscopic view into why the issue has happened if it has happened in production. And this allows you to go and reduce your mean time to mitigation of in production issues. After the insights from diagnostics and analytics, we'll now look at the intelligence capabilities in unified routing. The first one of these is the intelligent skill finder, which helps you to deploy an intelligent skills-based routing solution in the organization. Before understanding what the intelligent skill finder does, let us see why skills-based routing itself is needed. We touched upon the skills-based assignment in a little bit in the assignment section. Let's explore more. See, the traditional queue-based routing solutions do not scale to the needs of delivering personalized customer service for enterprises with diverse product lines and a global customer base. The queues tend to just grow and proliferate in numbers, right? And it's becomes a managerial headache to go ahead and manage so many number of queues with so many users. With skill-based routing, customer service managers can consolidate queues to minimize supervision. Every agent is configured with some skills and corresponding proficiency for that skill. And when the work item arrives, it is classified the skills needed to complete the work and then assigned to the user. For example, the skills can be simply the language that the customer prefers or the product about which she has a query. And then the work item will be assigned to the agent based on the skills and the proficiency, using the exact match method or the closest match algorithm that we have discussed further. Connecting customers to agents who can solve specific issues boosts customer satisfaction and loyalty. Agents also benefit because they work on issues that they are skilled at resolving, and therefore they have higher engagement. Skills-based routing is a given. It's a must for any organization which with diverse set of product lines or multiple skill sets needed or supports multiple languages. But the efficiency of such a system depends upon how well the skills needed to fulfill the incoming service requests are identified. If the identification of skills needed is not correct, the assignment will also fail. See, with logical rules, you need to go ahead and author a huge set of string comparisons or attribute mapping for identifying skills. For example, you need to go ahead and say that if the case description contains this, or if the email body contains this, if the first message contains a product line, then go ahead and do this. Or you have to do attribute matching. Like if the IVR response is 1, then the skill is that, if and else, right? With an intelligent skill finder, machine learning models identify the skills needed to fulfill incoming work items. You can train the ML models using your data. The predictions can then be used for skills-based assignment. And this allows admins to condense huge number of skill matching rules behind an ML model. An ML model can go ahead and do things which the string matches cannot achieve. Right? They can go ahead and find out which is the most proximal skill needed instead of just doing a string comparison. At any time, the agent who has identified that the skill for which he has been assigned work is incorrect. For example, a skill identified is a refund, while the agent is not good at refunding, right? Performing refund operations. In that case, agent can always go ahead and change the skill information, correct the information. This information can be used by the ML models to retrain and relearn. See, this allows the wisdom of the distributed workforce to create the training data, which can be later be curated and used for retraining the ML model. As you expect, the model becomes more and more intelligent with feedback over time. Let us quickly look at the process. The administrators can use the existing data to train the ML model. When the model is ready, it will go ahead and predict the necessary skills needed to complete the work item. This information can be used to find the agents who have those skills. If the skill identified by the ML model is incorrect, then the agent can update the skill and provide the feedback. This feedback will be used to retrain the model. With uses, the model will become smarter and more precise. This feedback loop and this cycle of continuous training using a distributed wisdom of the workforce is a great asset in making your intelligent skill finder precise over time. After the intelligent skill finder, let us look at the real-time sentiment-based routing. This is an awesome capability that allows you to detect the customer sentiment on an incoming work item, phone calls, emails, messages, anything. And you can use that information or the detection of sentiment and retain the customer loyalty if needed. See, this is powered by a ML model, which is a pre-trained model that has learned from years of data from Microsoft's own customer support ecosystem. And you can optionally go ahead and test the sentiment model as well by using the dry run capabilities. You can test using real phrases that you expect to see when the customer contacts the support center. It helps you to understand what the sentiment prediction on those might look like. You can see information like the sentiment category and the 7-point scale that we have and the sentiment score that is scaled from 0 to 100 and keywords from the phrase that actually influence that sentiment score. Let us look at how this works. So the admin will go ahead and simply turns on the sentiment based routing. It's pretty easy configuration. It's just a button to click. And then the AI builder will go ahead and host that sentiment model will be enabled for your organization. Now you need to go ahead and configure a few rules to kind of say, decide what to do if the sentiment is bad. When the work item comes, then the sentiment predicted on the incoming record or message or phone call is detected by the ML modeler. That information is used for routing and assigning the work to the right agent. For example, you can go ahead and say that if the sentiment is too low, the work must go to the most proficient agent who has been handling these kind of issues in past. We looked at the intelligent skill finder and the sentiment based routing. Now let us look at another interesting intelligent capability, that is effort estimation based routing. See, organizations receive different kind of service requests. Some of them are more complex than others and take longer to resolve. Organizations want to be alerted about these items and want to plan accordingly. You can use the estimation models to understand how much time it will take to address a work item, and based on that estimation, route it to an agent who has the bandwidth to manage. You can have your own effort definitions. See, just like the skill finder model, here also you can go ahead and retrain. You can provide the feedback, collect the feedback about the effort over a period, and you can retrain the model to make them more and more precise. Just like sentiment based routing, you can go ahead and do a dry run to understand if a certain message is sent, what is the effort that is going to be sent to be required. Or let us look at the process, how it works. Not different than other ML models that we have looked at. See, the admin goes and trains the model. The training includes definition of effort. You can have different definitions of effort, like it can be for phone calls, the effort may mean just ending the phone call. For cases, it may mean the resolution time. So you can go ahead and define that for that channel, what is the effort meaning is. And then once that ML model is trained, then during the runtime, the work will go through that ML model and effort will be estimated for that work. Once the effort is estimated, the rules will be used to take the right decision of assigning it to the right agent. Great. Thus, we have completed our coverage of all the different aspects or facets of unified routing. We looked at the whole unified routing process and the value proposition at different stages, and then we looked at how it is powered by data and intelligence throughout, and we have different ML models. In the next few slides, I'll just try to summarize the capabilities and give you an overview again of what unified routing is. So let me summarize the unified routing difference. The first major difference is it is omnichannel by design. Unified routing consists of multiple services that deal with workforce presence, availability, schedules, skills, and much more. All these services are channel agnostic in nature, and this allows unified routing to power all the channel in the digital contact center. The same routing engine distributes cases and tasks as well as live chat and digital messages and even the phone calls. Thus, unified routing is aware of all aspects of agent workload, skills, schedule across the conversational channel and traditional case management, and can take the best decision for the work assignment. The second key difference, it is powered by intelligence and insights throughout. We have seen how unified routing is powered by a world-class logical engine, but it is also supplemented by best-in-class intelligence and insight capabilities. We discussed how you can go and use intelligent skill finder, sentiment detection, effort estimation ML models to perform the intelligent assignment. Organizations are also benefited by unified routing historical analytics reports for insight purposes. They provide them detailed insights into how routing configurations for different channels have performed. And this is supplemented with diagnostics data, huge granular data, which can be used to identify top regions of misroutes in the runtime. Finally, this whole system is built for the enterprise scale. So unified routing provides you all out-of-box algorithms like round robin or most available agent assignment to get you quickly started. But at the core, unified routing is built on top of the extensibility of the Dynamics 365 platform. You can augment the customer context from the customer journey. You can gather information from the virtual agents that you have defined. You can go ahead and define your own bots and dialect flows and use that information back for routing. You can customize even the customer records and the case records and use that information for taking the routing decision. During assignment, we allow you to author prioritization rules according to your business needs. We allow you to go ahead and take assignment decisions according to your custom assignment rules. If there are multiple matching agents, you can even decide how to order them according to your needs. See, at the end of the day, all the work and the customer related customizations that you do in the CRM are available as a decision point in the unified routing administration. All the configurations that you have done to your customer definitions, record definition, you can go ahead and use it for routing. And all of this you can do at the planet scale that Microsoft operates in. The next obvious question is, how do customers get unified routing? What do they need to buy? See, unified routing is available as a part of our customer service enterprise license as some seeded capacity. Once you buy the customer service enterprise license, you can go ahead and use unified routing, 50 records routes per user per month pooled at a tenant level. Beyond that, you need to purchase the additional capacity add-on. Now this is for your record routing. If you are buying omnichannel licenses like chat licenses, voice licenses, our digital messaging SKU, you will get corresponding routing entitlements for those channels as a part of those licenses. So let me try to summarize all of this. The unified routing supports all the channels ranging from chats to emails to tasks to cases to voice and video and teams. And then there is an intelligent classification layer which has got an adaptive rule engine using which you can write logical classification rules, you can write queue identification rules, skill assignment rules, you can do bot to context mapping. And then this is supplemented by a machine learning component where you can estimate the effort, you can predict the sentiment, and you can go ahead and identify the skills needed. Then there is an assignment layer which prioritizes the work. It's a kind of understand the operating hours, and it does agent matching and ranking based on the skills, capacity, proficiency, presence, agent schedules and calendars, round robin assignment, highest capacity assignments, and so on. This is all built over the workforce, which has got two type of attributes: the static attributes of skills and proficiencies and their own agent properties, and the real-time attributes of real-time presence, capacity, and calendar and schedule. All of this can be managed where you can go ahead and see the ongoing work data. You can go and perform intraday monitoring. You can have the operational analytics and insights. You have the diagnostic data, and you can perform manual transfer and assign and interfere as a supervisor. All this is built on this global uh, platform that we have that is called Dataverse. It is supplemented by the AI builder, and all of this is in the Azure, hosted in Azure, and it is powered by Power BI and Azure Communication Services. So this is how the unified routing comes together. And many people have this very obvious question that, hey, what is unified routing and skills-based routing? Unified routing is much more than just plain simple skill-based. Skill-based routing is an important aspect, but it is not all. I have highlighted some of the skill-based routing capabilities that unified routing has, like you can go ahead and identify skills using logical rules and ML models. You can go ahead and perform assignment based on exact match of skills. You can find the agent with maximum number of skill matches. You can sort them by their own respective proficiencies. You can perform all these skills related operations in your organizations, but you can perform them in tandem with other capabilities. You can use queues and skills in tandems. You can use skills along with presence, capacity, schedule, calendar, and other agent attributes. Now, in the last few minutes, we have covered a lot about unified routing, but we have touched the surface. There are a lot of resources available where you can go ahead and learn more about unified routing capabilities, and you can try them on. Before I say goodbye, I will leave you with this small video. Thank you so much.
Contoso Coffee is a leading manufacturer, distributor, and service provider of commercial-grade coffee equipment. Trey Research, one of Contoso's premium customers, is expanding their cafeteria to include 6 of Contoso's automated espresso machines. Shortly after they're installed, Carla Yates, Trey's procurement manager, notices one of the machines seems to be overheating. Carla goes to the Contoso support portal and is greeted by a Power Virtual Agent. A case is created. Based on Carla's provided information, it includes the service level, Carla's preferred language, the required skills, and a prediction of the effort required. The intelligent assignment engine automatically routes the case to Renee, an agent who's been specifically trained to service Carla's machine. Renee just came back from lunch, so she has more than enough time to help Carla troubleshoot the issue. On opening day of the new cafeteria, 3 of the new coffee machines have again gone offline. Carla is furious and calls the Contoso Support Center directly.
Hello. I am Kona, Customer Support Virtual Assistant for Contoso Coffee. Can you please describe your issue?
3 of my Cafe Duo machines are overheating again and won't restart. Customers are lined up out the door and getting really upset.
Even though Carla is using a different support channel, the Unified Routing Engine ensures she makes it to the right agent quickly. It identifies Carla's service level, language, and required skills, but this time it also detects her strongly negative sentiment and routes Carla to Enrico, an agent who has consistently received positive ratings on the customer satisfaction survey after handling similar high-stress cases. Carla is connected to Enrico and he quickly determines the cause. Carla is relieved and leaves Enrico another 5-star rating. To improve the quality of the routing prediction over time, the administrator can use data from past assignments to continually improve the accuracy of the intelligent assignment engine. In this case, Enrico was an ideal agent to provide the service, so the model will continue routing similar cases to him in the future.